Guys, like I said, this is going to be a work in progress. This isn't going to be done today. I'm going to try and judge Dredd this, but before I do that, I'm going to rectify all the things on this that bother me. There's jimping here that's really sharp. All this on the Backspacer is really sharp. I'm going to take care of that. This here, all that jimping inside on this lock bar, that's coming off, that's going out. So I'm going to get this disassembled today and start on it. Probably just going to get most of the, taking care of these issues like this. I don't know what I'm going to do about this because these were not filleted or chamfered, so they're kind of sharp. I think I'm just going to hit those on a Scotch-Brite and round them over a little bit. And then we'll start on turning this into a Judge Dredd-esque ADV Tac-butcher. I'm going to try and maintain this, the markings on it, as best I can. A lot of times you can get away with that on some ceramic, depending on how deep that was etched. I'm going to use a Scotch-Brite wheel, probably this one and this one, not the great big one, to take that stuff off, and then I will refinish. Like I said, it's going to be a work in progress, so it's not going to be done today. We're just going to play around with it, so we'll see if I can't get some video of that somehow. I don't know how I'd get it set up to get it in focus, but maybe we'll wait till Matt gets here for some of that. Just trying to see if you guys can be able to see. So we'll start with this. All I'm doing is just gently taking off a little bit of material, and then I'm gonna line that back up so that it's one consistent. But right now I'm just removing the jimping that's on that. So you can see I got most of it. I'm still gonna have to do some changing of shape because you can see it's got a high spot right here and stuff like that. So I'm gonna keep playing with that, and then I'll bring you guys back when I'm done with the pocket clip. So as you can see, I changed the shape of the pocket clip. I married all those lines back in. Let's get it in focus, focus. And so basically this is gonna have to be refinished, but we might not get to that today. So next thing I'm gonna work on, Backspacer. So it's kind of an awkward angle. You guys are actually sitting on a grinder. This Backspacer is just nothing but a bunch of hot spots. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to knock the corners off and then probably orange peel this. I don't know yet, I haven't decided, but we're gonna take a look. So I'm gonna start on this one, and I'm probably gonna have to move over here to the big wheel. I'll still be in focus, but probably have to move into the backside. I'm probably going to start on the big wheel. This is a larger piece, so brand new Scotch-Brite wheel. I will move to the side. Hopefully you guys can still let's get that in better focus there. So let's see if I can get in on this and you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. We'll see. Got hot. Got hot. It got hot. So, let's see if I can show you what I did here. Actually, I'll turn it around so you can see it better. So basically, I knocked all the sharp points off. I chamfered these areas down in here. I rounded everything off. I rounded this point that sticks up. I'm going to continue to shape it and chamfer it, but I'm just using a Scotch-Brite wheel just to knock the sharp edges off because this is going to get refinished. So I'm just trying to do some basic stuff. And then when it gets time to do the actual finish and make it Judge Dredd-esque, this is going to be a two-tone. So I don't want to go too far on this. So, all right guys, I decided I'm going to use the big Scotch-Brite wheel for this because I'm taking off a good bit more material. So let's take a shot of this and see. So they're still there. They still provide a little bit of grip, but they are not aggressive like that. So all I did was I just kind of knocked the high points off of them. They'll still be there. They'll add some contrast. You can two-tone that when I tumble. So we'll see, this might be a two-tone color. But you can see I've taken most of that jimping down to a point where it's not so aggressive that it's painful. So I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do on the show scale. It's starting to get late in the day and I've got a couple other things to do. But I'm at least going to get the lock scale done and take the jimping off of this a little bit, just to make it a little bit more comfortable to remove to disengage the lock bar. It's really, really sharp. It pokes your fingers. Even, like I said, even with tough thumbs like mine, you've got, it's uncomfortable, and a knife should not be uncomfortable. Well guys, I managed to screw that up somehow. I didn't get the camera filming or something, and it just didn't take. But so what I did was I did the same things on the lock scale and show scale. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to knock those points off. So it's currently 2:30 in the afternoon. And I've been working on this for a couple hours, but I've got other stuff I need to work on. This is a project for me. And then when I'm done with it, I'm gonna hold on to it for a while and I'm probably gonna sell it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna knock these sharp points off of this blade. So I'll get you set up so you can at least see some of it. But I'm sorry, I missed the whole scale. Somehow I didn't get it recording. So let's set up. So all I did was just knock some of the points off. They're still jimping there. It's still fine for deployment, but those really sharp corners there and stuff, I took those off. I was being real careful, guys, because I already sharpened this knife. It's already got a 4,000 grit edge on it, and I really did not want that come flying off the grinding wheel. Next step is I am going to open this choil up. Just don't know if I'm going to video that. But I've got a couple other things I got to do real quick. I got stuff in the oven that I got to fucking take out that's curing ceramic and things like that. So we will come back to this. All right, guys, I am going to do this. I'm going to see if I can't get you set up so you can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is, hang on a second. I'll flip this around. I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to switch this to the small wheel. And then I'm going to use a fairly fine grit belt at a low speed. And I'm going to establish a finger choil that is a functional, not necessarily a finger choil, but at least a sharpening choil. Because if you guys know that I don't like things that, I don't like it when blades ramp up like that at the heel. You can see that it's just not wanting to get sharp because I'm running into material in other places before I'm actually taking off the material here. So you can see I'm actually starting to hit right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take off all that material from about there in, and I'll show you how we're gonna do it. You want to put a little bit of lube on this one. This is the wheel that has a tendency to explode because you get it overheated, and then you got to run it real slow. So the other thing too is that's got to be out just a little bit. All right, so now we're gonna start this. Let's see here, crank this way down. It might be loud, guys, I apologize. I don't know how loud it is on camera. Taken off all the material I want to take off on the grinder, because the thing is that's also the stop point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of even that out and knock that point off with a Scotch-Brite, and I have not affected the closed position of that knife in theory. If not, I fucked it all up and I have to figure out a new workaround. That's one of the things with like this, why I don't usually do a lot of pimping unless I'm 100% sure of what I'm doing. So, but that is the stop point for that blade. That's the stop. So I am gonna be rather cautious. Let me see if I can get you guys set up this direction. I don't wanna do that, that's metal dust. So we'll get you set so you can see what I'm doing over my shoulder here. So. Sorry about that, guys. I got a call right in the middle of what I was doing. I didn't realize that it stopped the camera. So basically, that's what my... Here, let me turn it around. So basically, that's what I was going for, guys, was opening it up. I'm going to keep cleaning that area up, but I've got to stay out of that area because that's where the lockup is on this knife. So I have to leave, you know, I didn't get into any of that. I did get into that, but I mean, that's an easy cleanup. And like I said, I am still working on this, so I'm going to clean that up some more. But a lot of it is just is knowing what functions are the features of this knife weren't just that wasn't just a sharpening notch. That's your stop. And so knowing the features of the knife and what purpose they serve will keep you out of trouble. It will keep you out of trouble. So we're gonna continue to open that up with the Scotch Brite because you can do it ever so gently and not screw with the lockup. And I got into it there a little bit, so there's a little cleanup. But this is gonna be an ongoing thing that I'm having to play with this and work it the way I wanna go with it, because this is the first time I've done a project that I'm 100% doing the way I want it with no input from the customer. And then I can always, like, if you guys don't like it and I try and sell it, I can always think about, like, what could I do for the individual customer? So, all right, guys, I got to do a little bit more work. It's really hard to do it while I'm videotaping, so I will get back to you guys a little bit later and see the progress on, I got to wait on Matt now, so I might work on this some more. So, all right, guys, take it easy. So, guys, as will occasionally happen, I started a video and then forgot I was doing a video and then did a lot more work than I intended to, because it's just, that's what happens. I'll get started on something. So let's take a look at what we've done so far. So guys, I actually wound up doing a lot of work that I didn't video. I anodized all the hardware on this. The pocket clip's gonna be black. This is gonna be black again. I just didn't have a fixture for these parts. And so I used the actual knife frame to be able to get all these parts. Some of this hardware is not as consistent as I want it. It's just kind of a, I don't know, I guess you'd call it a, what'd you say, a rough draft?
Trial run.
Trial run, I like that. So I've just reached a point in the evening where I'm not doing anymore. You can go over there.
Demonetized.
Oopsies. Oops. So, like I said, I did a lot of this stuff, and then we just got to basically hanging out. I got all the work done. Why didn't you tell me I had mustard in my beard?
I told you twice.
Told me twice. It's good mustard. So, like I said, I'm just going to put it together. I will get a video of it as it goes together. Once it's together, it's going to look like holy shit. This is what it's going to look like. But, like I said, we're working our way to a Judge Dredd knife. Don't you think so, Matthew?
Yes, sir.
We have a plan. We have a plan. Every once in a while, there's something that gets said that makes me go, oh my God, and that should tell you how incredibly horrible that is. Matthew just showed me something. Are you still thinking it's funny, Matt? Like, I read it and went, oh my God.
It's terrible.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
My buddy.
And Matt goes, that's what he starts doing. I'm pretty high too, but I don't think I'm there. Matt's gonna do some videography because I put the knife back together, but as you can see, like I said, it's work in progress, so hang on a second. Let's turn this around. Matt's gonna do the video. I knew it wasn't gonna work because I didn't retension a lock bar, so it doesn't have a detent, or it's an Emerson right now. So, hey! So all I did so far was I did the blade, I did all the hardware, I did the backspacer. Reason it took so long is there's not a fixture for any of this. So a lot of this stuff, the thumb stud, the thumb plate, I had to hold it by hand. Pivot I had to hold by hand and polish so that I could change it to the current color. And it's not done yet, but yeah, I lost the pivot for a little bit because it got flung across the room and wound up in a weird place and I never would have looked for it. I did the red ceramic on the blade, but the thing is the only part of the blade that's going to be red ceramic is right here. So And then, like I said, all the hardware is done, and then this pocket clip's gonna be black to match the body with like 2 little points of bronze. But yeah, that's basically it for today. They did a lot of work, and I did refinish a knife for a customer today. So yeah, happy Friday, guys. Sorry I didn't do a live feed. I'll talk to y'all later. You know what I forgot? And it's Matt's fault, because he bought me the bong. I forgot to tell you, if you guys like the videos, give a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down, but tell me why. And if you want to support my daughter's ice skating, there will be, I don't want to get real bold and say it's definitely going to be down there. There's a chance that there'll be a link to her GoFundMe down there in the comments section, like above the comments, like in my video description. And as always, subscribe link will be here. This will be a video that YouTube thinks you like, and down here is probably going to be my Patreon link. So you guys take it easy. Have a good weekend. Don't get in any trouble. I'm probably not going to do anything again until Monday, and I'll see you guys next time.